So I'm sure that you've all heard about Danielle Bregoli, but if not, you might know her as Bhad Bhabie.
Hi bitch. Hi bitch.
And if not, you probably know her as the Catch Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil.
Catch me outside, how about that?
So in February, Danielle came out and exposed a lot of things about Dr. Phil and Turnabout Ranch. So for those who don't know what Turnabout Ranch is, it's a quote-unquote mental health service in Utah that Dr. Phil sends troubled teenagers to. So places like this are supposed to treat these teenagers, but based off what Danielle and others who have come forward have said, it looks like all this ranch really does is just give people PTSD and make them far worse than they were coming in. And the fact that Dr. Phil is sending people to horrific places like this doesn't surprise me. Dr. Phil isn't an actual doctor. He doesn't even have a license to practice psychology. The name Dr. Phil is more of a stage name than anything, and all this guy does is exploit vulnerable teenagers for fame and money. If he really cared about these people and wanted to help them, he'd do it behind closed doors, not on national television where millions of people will see them. This is the guy who in 2004 diagnosed a kid as a serial killer in the making. Like, do you realize how detrimental putting that label on a child is? And in 2013, the staff of Dr. Phil supplied an alcoholic with vodka and Xanax before his appearance on the show. Like, are you dumb or are you dumb? You don't mix those two things, and you especially don't supply an alcoholic with so much that he looks like this while on the show.
Today I had an entire bottle, like a liter of vodka.
It's a sad reality that this self-proclaimed doctor exploits real people with real problems for fame and money. Dr. Phil is a TV show, and TV shows need ratings. So at the end of the day, he's gonna do what he's gotta do to get those good ratings. Now, whether you like Danielle Bregoli or not, she is still human, and what it comes down to is just being a good human and just listening to what she has to say. So for today's video, what we're gonna be doing is highlighting what's been going on, breaking it all down, and as someone who is studying psychology and criminology in university, I'm gonna be giving my opinion on this pathetic excuse of a treatment facility. But just before we get into this, if y'all can leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, it truly would mean a lot to me, because what that will allow is for this video to perform better in the algorithm so that more and more people can see this video and therefore hear Danielle and other people's story about this ranch. Alright, so in February, a former guest on Dr. Phil filed a lawsuit and came out by saying that she was sexually assaulted multiple times at Turnabout Ranch. And according to the lawsuit, she claims that she reported the abuse to staff at Turnabout Ranch. They took no remedial action and retaliated against Miss Archuleta by subjecting her to both physical and emotional abuse to silence her. And that's just not right. Like, what type of world do we live in where we punish girls for reporting something that serious? So after Danielle heard the news about what this girl went through on the same ranch that she was at, she felt that she had to come out and share her experience. She did a few live streams bashing this place, and just listen to what she had to say.
They did not let us shower. They did not let us change our clothes. I don't even think they let us shower over the whole 2 weeks. They made me walk in the arena, and I got athlete's foot from it. They wouldn't let me change my socks. I got athlete's foot from it, and I had a UTI. I told the nurse I had a UTI. I told the nurse, she said, "You're just looking for an excuse to go to the hospital so you can run away." The fact that kids go here that were sexually abused, that were traumatized as children, that their parents are divorced and they have a hard time with it, like just stuff like that. And then they send them here for people to take their privileges away. It's not just, oh, I'm mad I got my phone taken away. I'm mad I got my TV taken. No, you're taking away food. You're taking away pillows. You're taking away fucking bed. You're taking away shoes. They take your fucking shoes.
Wow, that is some messed up stuff. Imagine sending someone here who has behavioral problems because of a traumatic experience. Now, to be given no shoes, can't shower, can't just have basic hygiene. Like, what time period are we even living in? The medieval times? And that's not even the worst of it. She was talking about a girl who was forced to eat her own vomit. Yeah, you heard me.
And they forced her to eat her own throw up, because she was eating the peas, and she was like, "I really don't like peas, like please don't make me eat this." They're like, "You have to eat everything on her plate." She was eating them, and she was literally throwing them up, and they were like, "Well, you have to finish them off the plate." Eating your own vomit, that's supposed to help kids get over trauma.
That is actually some messed up shit. Alright, so moving on March 19, Danielle dropped a more formal video titled "Breaking Code Silence, Turnabout Ranch Abuse Dr. Phil." And in that video, she exposed Dr. Phil and that ranch even more, so let's take a look.
A young lady, her name is Hannah, she recently spoke out because while she was there, she was sexually assaulted, and then when she reported that she was assaulted, she was punished by staff. When I seen the punishment she was given, I knew like, okay, I really have to say something. Like, I really have to have her back on this because I truly believe that they did that. So, Dr. Phil, I'm going to give you from now till April 5th to issue an apology, not only to me, but to Hannah and any other child that you sent to Turnabout or any other program like this. And if you don't, I'm gonna handle things my way.
Oh, you already know that things are about to get real spicy. I'm not exactly sure what she means by I'm gonna handle things my way. Maybe she knows something really dark about Dr. Phil that could ruin his career and is sort of blackmailing him. Or maybe she's gonna catch him outside with that lawsuit. Either way though, I'm really curious to see if after watching this video, more people are gonna come out about their experience on the ranch.
Okay, so Turnabout is in the middle of Escalante, Utah. It's a very small town. It's got one gas station, one grocery store. Everybody knows everybody there. You see you're in the middle of nowhere, you know there's nowhere to run. If you try to run out there, they're gonna find you, you're gonna get in more trouble, or if you do get away, you're gonna get eaten by a coyote or something. Because took in there against my will. They give you transporters. Transporters are two people, a male and a female, that come in the middle of the night. They don't tell them where they're going, they just take them, they handcuff them, they put them in the car. It's basically like kidnapping.
Wait, hold on. They all of a sudden come in the middle of the night, throw you in this car, handcuff you, and then drive you away? That's some messed up shit. Like, is this real life or is this an episode of Law and Order?
Took in there against my will, come in the middle of the night. They don't tell them where they're going, they just take them, they handcuff them, and they put them in the car.
Do these workers at the ranch know the difference between a prison and a treatment facility? Like, if someone committed a serious crime, then it would be okay to storm in their house, handcuff them, and send them away. But this is not a prison. These are 13-year-old boys and girls who are supposed to be at a treatment center, not a let's cause trauma center. Like, just imagine yourself at 13 years old, randomly in the middle of the night, these people storm in your home, take you out of your bed, put you on handcuffs, throw you in this car, and drive you away. This is exactly how someone would get PTSD.
So for the first 3 days you're there, is no showering. They put you in a circle, which is it's a teepee. It's a little teepee, but it's open. And you have to sit there for 3 days. They wouldn't let me lay down for nothing. Like, I was falling asleep and they were like, get up. So I'm just sitting here like, this is gonna be really bad. So
like I said, I have two majors, one of them being psychology, and not once was I ever told that sleep deprivation is a good treatment tactic. All it's gonna do is make you have little energy, difficulty remembering and focusing on things, and well, just flat out make you angry. A lot of the kids at this ranch probably have anger issues, and sleep depriving them is only gonna make it worse. And I'm not sure if she's serious about the 3 days, but like, that is actually horrible. Like, to not get proper sleep, if any sleep, at all for 3 days straight. Like, if on 3 to 4 days of no sleep, that's when people start to hallucinate. So these kids are on the border of hallucinating because of a lack of sleep.
They strip you from your whole personality. You have to act like just whoever they want you to act like. You do the same thing every day, chop wood, take care of the animals. This place is all about taking away privileges. Like, okay, yeah, the phone is a privilege, TV, like all that, but they take away like necessity privileges, like sleeping on a bed, eating good food, not being cold. You have to pick up piles in a wheelbarrow of horse shit, and they want big piles. So if you have to do 25 piles, you're really doing like 50 wheelbarrows.
What the actual fuck? This is literally child labor. Don't get me wrong, I agree with taking away privileges like cell phones and television, but now people don't even get beds or warmth. Like, that's just way too much. How is not getting a bed or pillow to sleep on and being cold all the time gonna do a child any good? And I have no idea what picking up horse manure off the ground has anything to do with fixing these kids' behavioral issues. These are the dumbest tactics that I have ever seen. You gotta remember that these are kids who are misbehaving because of bad parenting, not because they're inherently bad.
There's been times where I reported another student acting inappropriate or just anything like that. Didn't even have to do with me, and I would get in trouble for just witnessing it. If you reported another kid like getting bullied by like their peers or something, they would just say, well, maybe that's what they need, or like something like that. Okay, no, but for real though, since when is bullying a good therapy tactic? The world's been trying to get rid of bullying, you know, like having things like Pink Shirt Day, but Turnabout Ranch, they're just trying to continue it. If anything, it's just gonna make the children more angry and potentially even worsen their problems. Just look up studies on school
shooters. Most of them were severely bullied growing up. And I'm actually curious to see where these former patients are now. Like, I truly wonder if this ranch has really done them any good at all. But to be honest, I have a strong feeling that they come out the same or even worse than they were when coming in. One of the kids that were at this ranch the same time as Danielle actually murdered one of the workers.
One of the kids, he had tried to steal a car or something. Everyone was screaming on the walkies like it was really crazy, and he ended up killing one of the staff members. They made all the kids that were at Roundy come down, and then they told us not to tell us anything. A day later, they have us all, every kid that's at Turnabout, they have us all sit in a circle, and they're like, listen, there was an incident, I know some of y'all heard it over the walkies, Jimmy died.
This place is so awful that it actually led this kid to end the life of one of the workers. So when I heard about this, I was interested, so I did some more research, and well, this kid shouldn't have been sent to this place to begin with. Apparently he was a good kid up until his parents divorced, which led him to drinking, smoking, a different friend group, all that sort of stuff. And because of his drug use, his parents wanted to send him to rehab, so they decided to send him to Turnabout Ranch. I don't know why. Rehab and Turnabout Ranch are completely different things. Anyway, so at this ranch, he was not allowed to wear shoes. He was given very little food to eat. And on top of all this, he was struggling with withdrawals and tried to end his own life by drinking bleach. Someone like this should have been sent to an addiction treatment center, not a boot camp where he's being punished for his parents' divorce.
So while I was there, just a lot of crazy things happened. I seen a kid get held down for trying to leave. Just honestly, I don't think he was trying to run away. I think he was just trying to like walk out the door and just like get some time to himself, and they restrained him, they held him down. They had no problem holding kids down, which is against the law. You're not supposed to touch the kids, but they had no problem doing that.
I completely agree with Danielle here. Like I said, these are kids with behavioral issues, not criminals. None of these workers have the right to ever physically hold down a child. If these kids want to leave because of their traumatic experience at Turnabout Ranch, then they should be more than capable of doing so.
It's just our word against the staff's word when you're there, because there's no witnesses, there's no cameras, you don't have a phone, there's none of that. That's why I was always so scared to speak out, because it's like no one's gonna believe me.
This is exactly why we need to listen to what Danielle and other people are saying. In a place like this with no cameras, no technology, and no witnesses, it is very easy for some real fishy things to go down. Like if you have a troublemaking 13-year-old saying one thing and then a 50-year-old mental health worker saying another, well, most people will automatically believe the 50-year-old. And I'm not saying that Danielle and others aren't capable of lying. I mean, they definitely are. But when it's stuff like this, things that are hard to prove, we really need to at least just listen to what they have to say.
What parents need to understand is if your child is acting out because of trauma, like sexual abuse, or maybe like the kid's parents got divorced, or just anything like that, you don't send your kid to a program like this. You need to send your kid to a program where they're not being punished, and it's not about, everything's not about you're in trouble.
That is so true. These kids, a lot of them with behavioral issues, see no good in the world. We need to show these kids that there is more to life than they realize and not punish them for their bad behavior, which is a direct result of bad parenting or traumatic life experience. Alright, so I was curious to what people had to say about this video, so I was looking at the comments and they really do not pass the vibe check. She wants to be black so bad. She acts like as if she has never done people wrong. Your hair looks so bad. Really? Really? That's all you've got out of this? And then you have someone saying that every statement that she said is false. And I replied with, were you at the ranch? Are you the girl suing the ranch? Another person even commented, imagine a prisoner crying that prison sucks and everybody feeling bad for the prisoner. Literally what's going on here? No, literally what is not going on here. I replied to that guy by saying, except this isn't prison and no one committed any crimes. This is supposed to be a mental health treatment center. And for everybody saying that she's lying and is just trying to gain clout, look at the reviews. She and that girl who are suing the ranch are not the only ones who have had a traumatic experience. You even got long paragraphs on Reddit dating back 6 years ago calling out the ranch for how awful it is. So no, Danielle Bregoli is not lying for some clout. And for people who don't like her, I know that it's hard to accept that she's finally doing some good with her platform. Anyway guys, that's officially gonna do it for this video. I'm really curious to what you all have to say about this, so leave a comment down below and I'm gonna be replying to a bunch of comments. And if you did enjoy my breakdown and opinion on this whole topic, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, it's been IvanSteff. Peace.